in the teaching of yoga, I've found a marked difference between the student in America, in Europe. We have Purna Yoga centers. Purna Yoga is Sri Aurobindo's yoga. So we have the name and we have used it all over the world. And we have centers in Europe, in America, and Canada. And there's a marked difference between a student on the continent or in America and in India. And the basic difference that I have found is the sense that Swamiji talked about earlier and Alok also touched on, which is humility. You know, when Krishna and Arjuna are having the conversation, Krishna says the first requirement for the practice of yoga is humility. Humility is the first requirement. So it's called namrata in Sanskrit. Namrata, humility, where you are bowing. This is a crucial element for the progress in yoga. It's a crucial element. It's impossible to grow without humility. And I found that there is a distinct difference in that the students here and in Singapore and in Hong Kong, they have a certain humility. And so my job has been to take this quality of namrata and bring it to the West so that the mind can be open to receive. Because when there is no humility, the mind is like a full cup and you cannot pour any tea into a full cup, at least successfully. So that is why we teach humility first. And in that, what I have found is, you know, in Thoughts and Aphorism, Thoughts and Glimpses, Sri Aurobindo writes, all would change if once man consents to be spiritualized. All would change if once man consents to be spiritualized. And so why do we not consent? Hello, why do we not consent? It's because of a lack of humility. I want to be what I am. I'm not willing to let go of my samskaras, my vasanas, my patterns to become what I can be, a spiritual human being in a human form. That was Sri Aurobindo's great vision, the Superman. But the divine is in the form. You see, in traditional yoga, it's neti, 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 where you deny the body. Where you're saying, no, this body is not God. I must leave my body. I must come into that state of super samadhi. Sri Aurobindo said so beautifully, if the soul's purpose was to leave the body, why would it have entered it in the first place? It's completely illogical. Therefore, Sri Aurobindo so clearly says, it's not about leaving the world, it's about finding the divinity in the world, starting with your body, and then spreading it and eventually reaching matter. Matter shall reveal the spirit's face, he writes in Savitri, right? Yeah. The spirit shall look out through matter's gaze, and matter shall reveal the spirit's face, he says in the book, talking about our future. And so this living force that we are, which we have denied and suppressed, can come out through our practice of yoga. He writes, a living force shall flow through tissue and cell. In body and body kindled the sacred birth. And he goes on. So this is what we are looking for. This is where we have to go. And we need a vehicle for that. And that is the practice of Purna Yoga, the mighty Sri Aurobindo's Purna Yoga. And part of this whole practice is the understanding that I'm trying to teach, that Sri Aurobindo gave us. I got this big aha moment when I was about 15 years old. I was listening to a lecture in Bombay, brilliant Aurobindonian, who said something that changed my whole life. So I'll give it to you now. He said, Sri Aurobindo said that God did not create the universe. And all my training, all my samskaras went, what? That's impossible. God did not create the universe. And the man continued, God became the universe. And that was such an inspiration to me that in the Aurobindonian model of the universe, there is no separation. That the divine in its manifestation is present. The creator is part of his or her creation. It's such a powerful, it's a Vedic concept, of course, but Sri Aurobindo puts everything into English, and that makes it so powerful for us to understand. That's Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma, right? We know this concept, but when you hear it from Sri Aurobindo's words, oh my God, it is so beautiful and so powerful. So think about that. Okay, if God became the universe and God is not separate from his creation, then I am God, you are God. Everything is God. I recently wrote an article which sent a few waves into a society here in Bombay, where I wrote, God is as much in the sinner as in the saint. And people went, wow, this is not right. Actually, it's true. God is as much in the sinner as in the saint. Only the saint has realized the God, the sinner has denied the God. But that doesn't mean there is no God. The ahamkar, the ego, which eventually becomes pride, the ahamkar denies the God. So that's why even in Patanjali, right? His klesha is avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. The second klesha is asmita, ego. And if you go back to where we started, humility is the abrogation of the ego. It's cool now, everything fits together. And so I had 15 minutes and I'm a professional, so I'll end on time. Uh, the concept that I was teaching all the teachers here in Bombay this morning, and we have a course. It's a 6-month course. We meet every Sunday for 3 hours in the morning. And we were reading from Thoughts and Glimpses. And there's a beautiful sentence which I want you to hear. Not just hear, but internalize. He writes, asking the question, Sri Aurobindo writes, wherefore God hammers so fiercely at his world, tramples and kneads it like dough, casts it so often into the hell heat of the furnace. He's saying, why is God doing this? Right? If God is everything, why is God putting humanity through this incredible pain and suffering? The red hell heat of the furnace. And then he answers it. He says, because humanity as a mass is still a crude and vile ore, O-R-E, which will not otherwise be smelted and shaped. Now listen to this next sentence. As is his material, so is his method. All my hair goes up every time I read it. I've been reading it since I was 12 years old. As is his material, so is his method. It is such a powerful line. This is what we are trying to do in yoga. We are trying to change the quality of the material. As is his material, so is his method. Let it help to refine itself into a finer and purer metal. His ways with it will be gentler and sweeter, much loftier and fairer its uses. I'm quoting Sri Aurobindo. So what does the master say? The master says that we are being treated as we need to be treated. So if we raise our consciousness, if we become more refined, if we truly work on the yama and niyama, then the divine does not have to treat us with that much suffering, the red hell heat of the furnace. Then the divine will treat you like a goldsmith rather than a blacksmith. When you have got a vile ore, you have to beat the blasted thing. But when you have got gold, you treat it very gently. So our practice of yoga is to cause ourselves to evolve to that space, to that personality, to that humanity, where we are now refined enough that the material matches the method. As is his material, so is his method. That's what we are teaching in our schools all over the world, trying to spread Sri Aurobindo's work and helping people get refined. So let us end with Sri Aurobindo's Gayatri. Saviturvaram Rupam Jyoti Parasya Dhimahi Yannaha Satyena Deepaye. Namaste.
And I am very happy you are here and connected the work of Mother. What is my purpose? Creation of Divine Mother work, Sri Aurobindo work, vision of Sri Aurobindo. Very important. I am very happy I meet you and you are here. Welcome and very happy. Thank you very much. Namaste. Namaste. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Adil, for sharing your experience and wisdom along this very inspiring and lively talk. Thank you so much.